Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm sitting outside my apartment on what I like to pretend is a balcony. It's not. It's a communal walkway, but no one's around. So I thought I would film a update, really, hopefully a final update for a little while on Buddy and Eleanor. So much has been happening with them, and I think that for the most part, it's over. Um, Buddy, I'll start with Buddy because he's pretty much recuperated, I think, from his surgery. I brought him in last week to the vet and had him snipped. That was a longer process than I thought it would be, and it was very emotional for me. I was just a mess. So he had his appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning. I brought him in at 7:50 because I was just nervous. Um, so he was the first patient of the day. They took him. He was very agitated in the carrier. They took him, and I wasn't able to get him home until, oh, I don't know, was it 3 or 4 in the afternoon, maybe earlier, but it took like 5 or 6 hours, honestly. They didn't want to release him to me while he was still under anesthesia, of course, just in case something happened, so I totally understand. But when I finally got him back, he was pretty much awake in the carrier, which is what I did not want to happen because he just does not like to be in that carrier. And he was a little loopy, and so it was even worse for him. It was a mess getting him back in the house. They gave me a cone to put on his neck. And if you remember me telling you about his experience the last time with a cone, it was not a winner. He can't eat wearing that cone. He can't drink wearing that cone. And to put it on him and off of him every time he wants to eat or drink is almost impossible. And he spent every moment dragging it, walking from behind, backing up, and dragging the cone on the ground, trying to get it off of him. And he was in enormous distress. So I left it on him for like 3 hours, but I could not leave it on him. He was losing his mind. And I've seen a lot of YouTube, because that's where I learned everything, of course. A lot of YouTubes about male cats being neutered, and I really don't see a lot of them wearing cones for very long. So as long as he didn't lick himself too much down there, I felt it was safe enough, of course, against the vet's directions. But so I took it off of him. And every time he went down there to lick, which is not often, I would stop him, and he stopped. I was home for the past almost 2 weeks, so he was under pretty much direct supervision, except for at nighttime. But he was sleeping pretty soundly. I was able to give him his pain meds for 3 days, which is nice. And today was really one of the first days I let him out of the house. And of course, it's apparently the first day that this other cat is in heat, or will be in heat soon, because Buddy has ignored me the entire day, has not come back to the house all day. And when I went to go collect him, he would not leave the side of the stray cat. And she would run, and when she ran, he ran. So I'm hoping to be able to bring him into the apartment at least by tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening before I have to leave for a trip. The last time cats were in heat around here, he didn't come back in my apartment for a week, and I was distraught for that whole time. I'm sure there's video regarding it. So Buddy is good. I am waiting. If you guys have male cats who have been neutered, how long did it take for their personalities to change? Because I do hear that their personalities change a little bit, or their character or their demeanor. How long before you started noticing changes? Because it's been like a week for Buddy, and yeah, he's definitely, things are changing, but his behavior around other cats is still not less. It's not less passive. This morning, right after he got out, he got in a wicked fight with another cat, and it took everything I had to break that up. And if you saw the other video recently, he was also getting in fights then too, same cat. So if you have a male cat that's been neutered, how long before you started noticing any changes, or did you? Because I am hoping that he'll calm down a little bit. He sprays just as much as he did before, but again, it's only been a week. But he sprays everything. I walked around with him today, and he's sprayed every inanimate object in the apartment complex. So Buddy's good. Eleanor seems good. The prognosis is good. So I took her to the vet today, and she is a pound heavier than she was 2 weeks ago. Now, it's not that she's put on that much fat, it's just that she's been eating nonstop. And the doctor suggested, because her belly is distended a little bit, she feels like a little bit of a water balloon. But remember when that video, if you watch them about my cats, if you remember the video I had about Buddy when I was worried about him, his belly was distended, but he was gurgling. There was all sorts of like noise coming out of his belly. And then he would, someone called it a shart. He would fart, but there was also like mucus and poop associated with those little farts. And none of that's happening with Eleanor. But her belly is distended, and she wasn't going to the bathroom as often as I guess she would normally, and she also has some diarrhea. So I'm treating the diarrhea with stuff I got from Amazon that seems to work. She's pooping. The other day, I do say the word poop a lot in my videos with cats. She was in the litter box the other night, and she went to poop. I don't think she's had a real, I know, so descriptive, a real solid number two in her life. Honestly, the way she reacted to this, whoa, what's happening? She just, I don't think she's ever had a real good solid poop, but she did. But so when she does poop enough, her belly does deflate a little bit, and the doctor was suggesting that lump I'm feeling could be literally one of her kidneys, because she's so distended, so things might be kind of, I don't know. But he wasn't worried. I'm going to take a sample using this little thing they gave me, a sample of her poop to take to the vet so they can take a look at it and see if there's any parasites. Because that could be a reason that she has a distended belly. So I'm going to take this with me to next week when I come back from this trip to see if she has any parasites. Today's visit with the vet was 100, just over 100. She got her feline leukemia vaccine. She already had tests for it that she was negative last time. Distemper, a shot for distemper. I don't know what distemper is. And another one, I forget. Not ringworm, heartworm, some worm. Another shot. So she had 3 shots today, and we have to go back in 3 weeks for another round of shots for distemper, and I think the leukemia one, I forgot. But there's another round of shots we have to go through next week. Oh, I want to show you something. Hold on one sec. Hi, back. I had to move the camera back a bit so you can see this, but I got this at IKEA yesterday? Day before yesterday. It's a pet carrier, but it's got this mesh front. It's big. The pillow is actually, I had to buy the pillow, but it matches the inside. Cat hair. And it has a mesh circle up on top, and it has a little mesh window back here as well, and a pocket on the side. And I'll tell you, this thing, Eleanor was almost eager to walk into it. She seemed much more comfortable in this than she did for the other pet carrier I had for Buddy. And after the visit was over, let's get close to me again. After the visit was over, she literally walked back into it. Easy. And when I had her in the car with me, when I had her in the car, I was able to, she was very upset, I was able to, it zips up. I was able to unzip the top and put my hand in there just to kind of rub her head, and she calmed down. I think it was $25, and the pillow was, I don't know, 10, something like that. Unbelievable. I'm so pleased that I got this. When you do carry it, and Eleanor's only like 6.5 pounds now. When you do carry it, the sides crush in a little bit because you hold it by the handle. So if it was a larger cat like Buddy, might feel a little cramped in here, but he would probably be more comfortable than the hard one, because the hard one, he's rolling around and scratching, and so I think next time I might try this with Buddy as well. But for a really heavy cat or small dog, this isn't solid enough, and I think the sides would collapse too much for their comfort. But I have to tell you, I'm so pleased. I remember seeing it at IKEA a few months ago and thinking, gee, I should really get that for Buddy. But I decided to go back to IKEA and get it for Eleanor because she's so small and she hates that other carrier so much. And for some reason, I knew that she would like this more, and she does. So I'm gonna leave it out with the door open because it might be like a little safe place for her to go, and other than under my bed when she's freaked out, or and to make it more normal, so that when she has to get back in it in a couple weeks, she'll feel more natural in it. And I wanted to show you what I got for her diarrhea, and it really, really worked. Because I'll tell you, in 2 days later, she was pooping normally. And I got it at IKEA. It's called Nature Vet. I'm probably going to try to make a link into the description box below. There's two things I'm going to link into this box. This, and there's a bag of catnip I bought for the kids as well. But it is basically kaolin, which is a clay, and pectin, and it's a white fluid and I couldn't put it in her mouth, but I wet her paw with it, and she licked it, very much like the way I give Buddy his pills when he needs them. But I'll tell you, 8 ounces, I forgot how much it was. It wasn't a lot of money, but this stuff worked wonders. Like, I don't know. So I'm probably going to continue giving it to her every couple of days just to kind of keep her regular. And the other thing I'll link is a pound bag of catnip. I don't know why I didn't show it to you earlier, but I folded a hand towel in half, and I sewed it around the edges, and I turned it inside out, and I filled it with maybe a third of the bag. It's a big bag of catnip, and I sewed it up, and it's like a little mat. It's about that big. And Buddy loves to sleep on it. He sleeps on it, or he'll put his head on the edge of it, but he loves being around this mat. It doesn't get him super excited like crazy, but he totally chills out when he's around this mat. So I like it. Eleanor doesn't seem to really be too interested in catnip for some reason, but and lastly, I'm putting these links below, and if you look at that link to Amazon, you might notice it looks a little bit different. My beard is like a mountain man. I need to trim it. I am now an Amazon influencer. It's, I guess, very much like being an Amazon affiliate, but I guess I have my own page for suggestions and things, which I have no idea how to work. But if you click on any of these links that I'm putting into my description boxes, when there's a product I got from Amazon, it brings you to the page that that item is. But if you go anywhere else on Amazon, anywhere and on that site, and purchase anything, apparently I get a tiny commission. It must be small, because when I signed up, they said, how do you want to be paid whenever you hit $10 increments? So I'm thinking the commissions must be really, really small. But it doesn't cost you anything. Apparently, it's just your Amazon site, but whenever you buy anything, I get something, so feel free. So whenever I use a product I like a lot and I got on Amazon that I really like, I'll make a link below. There's lots of things I've gotten on Amazon that I can't say were worth anything, and if I say anything about them, I won't be making a link to go buy it because I'll be telling you not to. But I think that's it. I'm going to go love on Eleanor for a little while because she's been by herself for a couple hours. And I think do some laundry. How exciting is that? All right, well, I will talk to you guys later. And you fly safe. Bye. Hit stop.